हेलो व्यूअर्स, केबी एकेडमी चैनल पे आप लोगों के लिए स्वागत है। तो आज हम लोग असम बोर्ड का फर्स्ट ईयर इकोनॉमिक्स का फर्स्ट चैप्टर इंट्रोडक्शन एंड कलेक्शन एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ डाटा का क्वेश्चन आंसर डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। फर्स्ट नंबर क्वेश्चन, डिफाइन स्टैटिस्टिक्स। स्टैटिस्टिक्स कैन बी डिफाइंड इन टू ways. Number one, in plural sense, according to Horner's secrets. By statistic, we mean aggregate of facts affected to a marked extent by multiplicity of cause, numerical expressed, enumerated or estimated according to reasonable standards of accuracy, collected in a systematic manner for a predetermined purpose and placed in relation to each other. Number two, in singular term. In singular sense, referred to the method adopted for scientific empirical studies. Whenever a large amount of numerical data are collected, there arises a need to organize, present, analyze, and interpret them. In short, statistics may be defined as the collection, presentation, analysis, and interpretation of numerical data. Second question. Describe the functions of statistics or describe the importance of statistics. The following are the functions of statistics. Presentation of facts in figure. Statistics presents the various facts and figures in such a manner so that various complicated facts become easy, brief, and concrete, and they may be understood easily. In it, facts are presented through diagrams and graphs, which are useful to a common man also. Number 2. Establishment of relationship. With the help of statistical method, relationship between two or more facts may be established. It may be found out that these facts have these facts any relationship or not. What is the direction and degree of relationship between them? Number 3. Comparison. Two or more effects may be compared with the help of statistics. Various averages, rates, percentages, and coefficients are used for this purpose. Number 4. Interpretation of problems. With the help of statistical devices, interpretation of various problems may be done. Number 5. Helpful in deciding the policy. With the help of statistics, various policy decisions may be taken logically and successfully. What are the reasons for studying statistics, or what are the uses of statistics? The uses of statistics are as follows. The politicians and their supporters are interested in knowing their prospects of winning of election. Full stop. By sampling few voters prior to election, the percentage of vote the candidates will receive in the election can be worked out. Number 2. Useful to insurance companies. Statistics is also very useful to insurance companies. Insurance premium rates are determined with the help of mortality table, which are based on mortality experience statistics. Number 3. Statistics useful to finance minister for preparing a sound, balanced and growth oriented object, he will take the help of accurate and reliable data regarding the states of affairs. Number 4. Useful to economics. Statistics serves as a raw material to the economists in making certain economy laws. Number 5. Statistics is very useful for bankers and banking industry. Question number 4. Enumerate the different sources of primary data. Different sources of primary data are as follows. Data collected by investigators or enumerators. Number 2, data released by the central bank. Number 3, data published by official and research organizations in original form. Question number 5, enumerate the different sources of secondary data. Data obtained from published theses. Number 2, research reports. Number 3, summarized census data. Number 4, monthly abstract of statistical organizations such as NSSO and CSO. Number 5, publication of Trade and Commerce Association. Number 6, what is primary data? Primary data are those which are collected for the first time and are original in character. Question number 7, what is secondary data? Secondary data are those which have already been collected by some other persons and which have passed through the statistical machine at least once. Question number 8, define random sampling. In a random sample, each item is given an equal chance of being selected in the sample. Question number 9, enumerate the different sources of primary data. Data collected by investigators or enumerators, data released by the central bank, data published by the official and research organization in original form. Question number 10, enumerate the different sources of secondary data. Data obtained from published theses, research reports, summarized census data, monthly abstracts of statistical organizations such as NSSO and CSO, publications of Trade and Commerce Association. Question number 11, how do non-sampling errors arise? Non-sampling errors arise due to errors in data acquisition, non-response and bias in the selection of sampling units. Question number 12, how do sampling errors arise? How do sampling errors arise? Sampling errors arise due to the difference between the actual population and the estimate derived. Question number 13. Name the three most frequently used methods of conducting a sample survey. Personnel interviews, mailing questionnaires. Number 3, telephone interview. Question number 14. Distinguish between primary and secondary data. Primary data is that collected from the sampling units directly and which has not been used for any other purpose earlier. Secondary data is collected by some individual or agency and statistically treated to draw certain conclusions and which is now used and analyzed to extract information. Question number 15. Mention any 4 sources of statistical errors. Errors of origin. Number 2. Errors of inadequacy. Number 3. Errors of manipulation. Number 4. Errors of interpretation. Question number 16. Name the different kinds of statistical investigations. 1. Experiments. Number 2. Survey through census or sampling. Number 3. Original or repetitive inquiry. Number 4. Regular or ad hoc inquiry. And number 5. Direct or indirect inquiry. Name 4 considerations in the planning of a sample survey. Answer. Number 1. Purpose of the survey should be clearly spelled out. Number 2. Scope of the survey, that in is aspects to be covered to achieve stated objectives should be explained. Number 3. All terms in the survey should be clearly defined. Number 4. Hypothesis to be perfect with the help of the data collected by the survey should be defined with the help of the stated objectives. Question number 18. Name four requisites of a reliable table. It should be complete. Number 2. It should be consistent. Number 3. It should be accurate. Number 4. It should be homogeneous in terms of unit and information. Question number 19. Mention four limitations of statistics. Strictly numerical method used in statistics. Number 2. Statistics is true only on the average. Number 3. Statistics deals with the mass and not individuals. Number 4. Statistical inferences are subject to certain degree of error. Number 5. Statistics is only a means to draw conclusions about the universe and does not involve corrective measures. Question number 20. What is a sample bar diagram? Bar diagram are equipped and equilibrium with rectangular bars for each class intervals with base on the x-axis and height equal to the relative magnitude of the data. Question number 21. How is the midpoint of a class interval determined? The midpoint is determined by finding the simple average of the upper and lower class limits. Question number 22. How would one determine diagrammatically the median value for a frequency distribution? The intersection of the ogives of the more than and less than type of gives the median value of the frequency distribution. Question number 23. What is a AB variety frequency distribution? AB variety frequency distribution is the distribution for two variables. Question number 24. What is an ogive? An ogive is a cumulative frequency curve. Full stop. Cumulative frequency less than or more than type are plotted on the y-axis against the respective upper or lower class limits. Question number 24. Why are charts and graphs used for presentation of data? Graphs and charts facilitate the comparison of values, show the general trend in the data, given idea of the relationship between the variables. Question number 26. Distinguish between a Question number 27. How is the exclusive method applied in the classification of data in a frequency table? The classes are informed in such a way that the upper class limit of one class equal the lower class limit of the next class limit. Full stop. An observation that is exactly equals to the upper class limit, would not be included in that class but would be included in the next class. Full stop. If it were exactly to the lower class limit, then it would be included in that class limit. Question number 28. What are component bar and pie diagrams? Component bar diagram shows a bar constructed with the base on the x-axis with height equivalent to the total value of the bar. Full stop. Suitably shaded components are then proportionately. All allotted to the different components as per their ratio to the total value of the bar. Full stop. Component bar diagrams are used for comparing the sizes of different component parts that constitute the entire data. Question number 29. What are frequency polygon and frequency curves? A frequency polygon is obtained by joining the midpoint of the top side of the consecutive rectangles of the histogram down to this curve is extended x-axis, the midpoints of the extreme class intervals. A frequency curve is the smooth and freehand curve passing on as closely as possible through the point constituting the frequency table polygon. Question number 30. What are the different parts of a table? Answer. Number 1. Table number. A table number, given at the top of the table is assigned to a table for identification purposes. Number 2. Title. The title of a table gives a brief and clear description of the data that is presented in the table. Number 3. Caption / column heading. At the top of each column, a caption is given to explain the data figuring in the column. Number 4. Row headings. Row headings. Each row is given a heading and the entire left column is known as the staff's column or row headings. Number 5. Body of the table. The body of the table contains the actual data. Number 6. Unit of measurement. The units of measurement should be started alongside the title or alongside of the staff or column headings. Number 6. Source. The source of the data presented in the table is clearly mentioned at the end of the table. Number 8. Note. Note explains the specific feature of the data content of the table which is not self-explanatory. Question number 37. What considerations should be borne in mind while classifying data in a frequency distribution? Number 1. The number of classes depending on the range of the data. Full stop. The number of class intervals should vary between 5 and 15. Number 2. The size of the class intervals depending on the range of the data and the number of classes, the size of the classes are generally determined by distributing the data under equal class intervals. Number 3. Determination of the class limits. The upper and lower limits of the distribution T are determined so that all possible values are included in the table. Full stop. The particular class limits are determined by applying whether of the inclusive or exclusive method. Number 5. The frequency for each class is obtained by telemarking. इस वीडियो से जिस चीज़ को लिखने का ज़रूरत है आप लोग इस वीडियो से हर चैप्टर हर पेज का आप लोग स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए, जिसके बाद आप लोग इस वीडियो का लाभ ले सकते हैं। और जिसको भी और कुछ जानकारी चाहिए और इस टॉपिक पे और इस चैप्टर पे और कुछ क्वेश्चन चाहिए तो इस कमेंट के नीचे आप लोग लिख के दे दीजिए क्वेश्चन, सो हम लोग जांच के हम लोग इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर लिख का दूसरा वीडियो बनाएंगे। Define mode. The mode of a set of numbers is that value which occurs with the greatest frequency, that is, it is the most common value. Question number 2. What do you understand by measure of central tendency? Averages are measure of central tendency. Averages are typical or representative of a set of data. Full stop. Since these measures tend to lie centrally within a set of data arranged according to magnitude, comma, the average values are called measures of central tendency. What do you measures of dispersion try to estimate it? Measures of dispersion estimate the variability present in the data set. Full stop. A measure of dispersion measures the extent to which values in a distribution differ from the average of the distribution. Question number 4. What are the weaknesses of the range as a measure of dispersion? Answer. The range is unduly affected by extreme values. As long as the minimum and maximum values remain the same, comma, the range remains unaltered even though the other values may differ appreciably. Point number 3. It is not based on all the sampling. Point 4. The range cannot be calculated for open-ended frequency distribution. Question number 5. Which is that index number? Question mark. Used for measuring the rate of inflation in the country? Answer. The general price level and changes therein are measured with the aid of the wholesale index number. What does the CPI measure? The CPI measure changes in the retail prices access different points in time and is an indicator of the price increase in the cost of living of the common man. Question number 7. Discuss the problems faced in construction of index number. Number 1. First one, most clearly and unambiguously decide upon the purpose for which the index is being constructed. Full stop. All index is being constructed. Full stop. All other factors involved in the construction of index depend on the purpose for which the index is constructed. Number 2. Selection of base period. The base period should be normal and not too distant in the past. Number 3. The choice of items should reflect the purpose for which the index. Number 2. Selection of base period. The base period should be normal and not too distant in the past. Number 3. The choice of items should reflect the purpose for which the index is being constructed and data must be carefully collected. Number 4. The items selected are to be weighted according to their relation importance. Number 5. The choice of average must be ideal. Full stop. Usually, the choice is made from among the geometric mean and the median. Question number 8. What is the rationale behind the construction of index number? Economics phenomenon in dynamic in nature. Researchers are interested in knowing the state of economic activity at a particular time, space or situation as compared to some other time period, place or situation, particularly in respect of the value of products and services. Index numbers are the special type of average which provides a measure of relation change between two different points in time. What is meant by human development? Human development means to work people better by increasing their level of productivity and efficiency. Question number 2. What is human capital? Investment in education convert human being into human capital. Write the full form of NCERT. The full form of NCERT is National Council for Education, Research and Training. Give the full form of AICTE, All India Council for Technical Education. What is the use of investment in health? Health is a significant source of human capital. Full stop. A sick person without access to medical facilities is compelled to abstain from work, and there is also a loss of productivity. Full stop. If this person spends on curing the illness, then he will be fit for work. What is human capital formation? Human capital formation means to raise the physical and mental level of human being through investment in education and health. Name two sources of human capital. Number 1 education and number 2 health. Why do individuals invest in education? Answer. Individual invest in education with an objective of increasing on future income. How is health expenditure a source human capital formation? Answer. Health is a significant source of human capacity. Full stop. Thus, health experience is an important source of human capacity formation. Full stop. The various forms of health experience are wrong. Health expenditure are number 1 preventive medicine such as vaccination. Number 2 curative medicine such as interventions of to during illness, etc. Full comma. Point 3 a sick person without access to medicine facilities is compelled to abstain from work, and there is also a less productivity. Full stop. If this person spends on curing the illness. Question number 10. What are the main problems of human capital formation in India? Answer. The main problems of human capital formation are as follows. Number 1. High cost of human capital formation. 2. Low levels of adult and agricultural education. 3. Less priority to secondary education. 4. Total stock of human capital formation. Question number 11. Mention some measures to reduce the problem of human capital. Number 1. More emphasis on technical education. Number 2. Need for different forms of government intervention in education and health sector. Point 3. Reduction of fee structure, education and healthcare institution. Number 4. Change in educational system. Number 5. Proper motivation. Explain the role of human capital formation in economic development. Number 1. Increase in the efficiency of labor. Economic development can be attained through increase in the efficiency of labor. The efficiency of labor is increased through human capital formation by investing in education, health, training. Number 2. Training and technical knowledge. It is necessary for the labor to be trained and educated for economic development. Number 3. To enlarge the size of business. The size of business can be enlarged by efficient entrepreneur and innovators. Number 4. Increase in production. Increase in production leads to economic development. Full stop. Human capital formation produces able and efficient process who increase the production. Question number 14. Bring out the differences between human capital and human development. In human capital, we consider the education and health as a means to increase labor productivity. On the other hand, in human development, education and health are integral to human well-being, because only when people have the ability to lead a long and healthy life and ability to read and write, they will be able to make other choices which they value. Full stop. Human capital treats people as means to an end. The end well-being, the increase in productivity. On the other hand, in human development perspective, human welfare should be increased through investment in education, health, even if these investments do not increase the labor productivity. Question number 15. Describe the role of education in human economic growth. Growth means the increase in real national income of a country. National income of a country is the sum total of the market value of all goods and services produced during the period of 1 year in that country. The contribution of an educated person to economic growth is more than an educated person. Education enhances the productivity of human capital and economic growth. Question number 16. Discuss the relationship between human capital and economic growth. The role of human capital formation in economic growth is very significant. Full stop. The importance of human capital in economic growth is clear from the working of India's 7th 5-year plan document. In such a way, human resources development or human capital has necessarily to be assigned a key role in any development strategy, particularly in a country with a large population. Full stop. Trained and educated on sound lines, a large population can itself become an asset in accelerating economic growth and in ensuring social change in desired directions. We know that the labor skill of an educated person is more than an educated person. Full stop. There is a positive relationship between human capital and economic growth. Question number 17. Why is health regarded as an important input for the development of a nation? Education is sought not only as it confers higher earning capacity on people but also for its other highly valued benefits. Number one, it gives one a better social standing and pride. Number two, it enables one to make better choice in life. Number three, it provides knowledge to understand the changes taken place in society. Number four, it also stimulates innovations. Number five, moreover, the availability of educated labor force if a facilities, adoption of new technologies. Full stop. Economics has stressed the need for expanding education opportunities in a nation as it accelerated the development process. What is literacy rate? The literacy rate refers to the percentage of literacy person in total population. Literate persons are those with formal or informal education who are able to read and write with understanding in any language. Question number 19. What is the literacy rate of India? 65.2. percent.